Hey, it's Carmen. I've got a couple of readings here for you today. It's been very liberating for me to release myself from the sort of pressure or demands of maintaining a YouTube channel. The way it is now, I can just go back to that synchronicity, bring readings when I feel them, and trust that they land where they're meant to with the folks they're meant to. That works for me. I don't care anymore about numbers or any of that, honestly. So if you're here and you find something for yourself, that's fantastic. That's all I'm here for. I've been sensing big collective shifting, lots of endings and beginnings and a lot of renewal. Today is winter solstice, so the renewal thing makes a ton of sense. And I just really wanted to focus on two big groups. So maybe you're in one of these. They're somewhat specific. And what's interesting is I got some alchemy oracle cards to sort of vibe out the situation with each group, and I'll show them to you briefly, but really they're not terribly different from each other, the two groups. They're similar in that there is ending and beginning going on. There is reaching for something new in both groups. The difference, I will give you a hint, the difference I'm finding in those oracles and in the sensation of the energies was that group one is a little more beyond the falling away. Something has happened and there's more calm in group one, more of a sort of like, okay, ready for the next, And then two is a little more still in it, still in the dust of something upsetting, quite frankly, that's what that kind of felt like. This one had a little more chaotic energy, number two, whereas number one is a little more just sort of in a lull, like a waiting room. Those are the vibes I got. I have curated for each group 5 different stones. For one, I have galena, carnelian, celestite, amazonite, and apophyllite. For 2, I have lepidolite, black amethyst, aquamarine, angel aura quartz, and aragonite. I'm going to insert a still where I will show you the runic animal card. So there's a rune and an animal that you may feel drawn to. That's just to help deepen your connection to your group, and I really want you to be in the right one, So let's see. Another thing is I just really want to try to stay away from advice giving at this point, especially for this reading. I don't know how well that really works out for people. I feel myself as a viewer, as a consumer of social media, there are a lot of people out there telling us, what we need to do, how we need to do it, I would like to take myself out of that for a sec and just do some good old-fashioned fortune telling. Like I want to talk about the energy. I can read energy. That's one of my things. So like I'm gonna look at current and emerging energy, and I want to look at what's challenging and what's there for support, and also just make some predictions for the season for the next 3 months. Changes coming in. All right. I think that's everything. I will insert that still now. You take a look. I'm going to use the Ether Tarot for both readings, thoroughly cleansed in between, of course. And I'll see you there. All right, here we go. Group 1. You chose Gabo, sort of an X rune with a swan on it. This rune is about sacred exchanges. It's about releasing in order to receive and sharing love and care. It's about commitment and honoring contracts. It's sacrificial. It's partnership card. And Swan, of course, is a soulmate symbol, but also a reflection. Some would say a soulmate is a reflection. So there's a strong feeling here, because I wanted the rune to sort of be an outlook, something ahead, something coming in. There is a strong feeling here of an important bond coming in. We'll see. However, the same is said here in conjunction. These are the alchemy cards that I got. Really quickly, we have the void, the uncreated, and conjunction. And this is supposed to be talking to me about kind of what's happened, what's up, and where we're headed, where you're headed, group one. And the void is something probably having been released. And that's why I said it feels more kind of in the past now. Something where this shifting has begun and you're just sort of in a waiting. And the uncreated is everything that is there waiting to be created, is essentially, you know. So there's this feeling of being in the moment and sort of inviting the future, and the you know, believing the impossible because it hasn't been conceived yet, you know, and it's ours to create, to mold, to manifest. And conjunction is a love card, among other things. It is definitely a divine union, but it's also it's about infinity and acceptance. And for you, for the purposes of kind of what we're reaching for in group one and what you're, you know, have on the horizon here, there's just a deep awareness and of your sort of place in the cosmos, and of soul fulfillment sort of feeling, whether that is romantic or not. However, there is a strong, as with Gebo, a strong element of love, romantic love, partnership love present here. Doesn't have to be that way. I want this reading to be applicable to any sector of your life where this sort of release has happened. If you've let go of a relationship or a career path or an ideology, and those relationships can be different kinds as well. So, all this said, let's get on to the tarot. If that feels like it might be, you know, what you've been up to, oh, I'll put this one back over here. Then there we are. I want to look first at recent energy. Okay, so in the recent energy, we're seeing Knight of Swords and Two of Pentacles. Communication and balance being key features of those. Let me go into current energy. Just want to get an overall picture across the top here. Current. Four of Swords. There's that rest and contemplation that we talked about. Contemplating the uncreated. Six of Swords, moving forward. Yes, I felt that strong with this group. Like it's already happened and now you're ready for something better. You're ready to move on, move forward, progress past pain, heal. All right, emerging energy. King of Swords. Temperance, excellent. All right. Beautiful. Okay. So here we have a Knight of Swords and here we have a King. Something that's happened recently is involving communication about the way things work. This may have been, you know, what set off the release that you experienced. Perhaps there was communication about the way things don't work, or the lack of communication that left you to believe how things do not work for you. At any rate, there's been an exchange of ideas, of information. Somehow, on some level, you have received information, mental clarity about the way something is or is not in balance, and the way it works or does not work. Very open, very vague, open, collective reading. Four of Swords, Six of Swords. Like I said, this really fit perfectly in what I said was happening with this group right now. Four of Swords is a restful time. It's a waiting time. It's not making any moves, just sort of contemplating what's possible. Swords energy, you know, more Swords energy. A lot of mental here. And then the Six of Swords, like I said, wanting to move forward into calmer waters, into smooth seas, and to put the roughness of the past in the past. Truly an optimistic, you know, wish here for it currently. Like just really ready to move forward, move on, move away from something that wasn't serving you. And then here, King of Swords and Temperance energy coming in. This is speaking of now, King of Swords, if that is in your energy, that is you embracing a power and control in your knowingness, like the feeling of the ability to exercise the power that you know, hold, in the knowledge that you hold, you know, like you're moving with knowingness and wisdom. You're moving with clarity. You're moving with control. I don't particularly see this as another person coming in at this stage. I really feel it's you embodying the energy of someone who knows what they need to do and beginning to understand how they need to do it in this temperance. This temperance is healed, patient, balanced, beautiful, major arcana energy. That is, first of all, temperance is always one of my very favorite tarot cards. And I think to go from a Two of Pentacles to temperance is the upgrade that you can expect and are hoping for. Temperance would be, for you in your life, a major change that, you know, this is alchemic, like a major change that is, you know, all of the things that have happened before have led you to this point, and it's created something entirely new. From an experience of the past, those lessons that you have learned and taken away are now blending with incoming information, new truths and revelations, and creating a new way forward, a new sense of soul awareness for you, I believe. Okay. What is or has been challenging? Potentially. Sadness, loss, disappointment, and not feeling your best. So what is or has been challenging recently would be, like I said, this sadness, this disappointment, having to release something that maybe, you know, we're reluctant to release at first. And, but I think you began to see what needed to be done with that Knight of Swords. Like it became very clear to you, and, you know, there was an empowered sense of, you know, getting what you truly deserve here. Six of Wands, speaking of pride and honor, and, or, you know, not pride in a bad way, but like being proud and being, you know, upheld as someone who's worthy, and someone who's special. And I think, it was challenging at a point to really embrace that energy in yourself. Hey, I deserve better than this. I am worth more than this. I give more than this, to whatever it is that you had to release, whether it's, again, like I said, relational, or, something that you do for work, or pastime, whatever it is that you had to let go. You had to sort of gather a strength in believing in yourself again, and believing, waking up to the fact that you remember who you are, and you deserve better. It's like enough is enough, right? So that was challenging, though, but I think you've overcome that part already. There may be lingering pieces, once in a while. You may have intrusive thoughts come in, and you may have like a moment of like, did I do the right thing, or am I asking too much? Those are, because you've got a lot of mental energy. So those are probably going to happen. This is emotional. This is creative. I feel that you may have experienced moments of wondering, kind of blaming yourself for not being right about this, or kind of feeling down about not holding up standards that you knew you should, for yourself and of yourself possibly. But let's look at spiritual support available to you right now. I mean, that's an endless question. That's a limitless amount of support that's available to you all the time. But I would like a special message. Five of Wands. And Judgment. So here we have this spiritual support available to you being the knowingness and the wherewithal to focus, to gather your courage, to gather your strength, to gather your resources, to assemble your understanding and your true desires versus, what you had gotten so used to believing. I believe for you here, to have a judgment in a spiritual support message, there is guidance available to you for your decisions, and especially if you are feeling a bit lost, a bit sort of like you're still trying to get all your shit together, there's a lot of guidance here for you in making choices. I do feel with what is coming in being Temperance and King of Swords, that knowingness and that balance attached to this particular Judgment card, that making the right decision. Judgment also being awareness and knowingness, So just really bringing you the ability and the support needed to, like I said, this plain and simple, this Five of Wands, get your shit together, Get your mind together, get your heart together, get your life together, get your money together, whatever it is that sort of had to be released. And now you're reassembling, you're rebuilding, and you're looking for that purpose. You're looking for that, those signs that show you. I just pictured like, you're standing at you ever go to like a zoo or some kind of park, and they have those signs with the arrows pointing. You got like 3 or 4 different directions, and they're like this way there, this way there, this way there, this way there. And I got this sort of feeling of you currently being in a place of having like options about which way to go, and this is you coming to those realizations about which way to go. You know, and for 5 of Wands, for that to be here with the 4 of Swords, this is what's happening in the rest. In the contemplation, you're thinking about these options that you have, these directions you can go, and just sort of like maybe some mild overwhelm around the possibilities, but at least you're feeling possibilities again. And you do have this 6 of Swords, like wanting desperately to be in a better place, you know, and the Judgment is leading you toward that for sure. You've got guidance in your decision making around getting to that better place. All right, so these are going to be predictive. What is going to happen? What is coming in? Well, this was emerging energy, you know, but what I want to know what is set to happen the way things are now. 4-1. 9 of Wands. Really reaching into that warrior, that inner warrior, that personal power, your well of individuality and strength that only you possess. And over your King of Swords is perfect, honestly. Like it's the fire behind the knowingness. It's the ability to move and act on this decisive knowingness that's coming in, and to feel strong, and to feel independent, and to feel capable, to feel courageous, and yet graceful. I get there's a grace that has come with your learning experience. Three of Swords. This is the balancing of the heartbreak of the past. This is the healing, Temperance, healing of the heartbreak, of the pain, of loss, of regret. The Empress. This is arriving in your beauty and your self-respect. This is beautiful, creative, you know, the promise of something beautiful and creative and loving coming in. When I say creative, I guess I've said this before, if you've ever heard me, I do mean that in so many ways. It's manifestation, it's abundance, it's making something from nothing, something better from bad. Two of Cups. Well, there's the soul bond that we were talking about with Gebo here. So this is what I see coming in here, you know. You have the knowingness energy and the balance and the healing. You're conjuring and pulling on your warrior and your inner strength and your, you know, independence and your courage. And you're really healing this pain from the past and really, really, truly releasing it and transmuting it and learning from it in such a way that you have now become, you know, the embodiment here of love and beauty. And the Two of Cups is the soul bond. I mean, for that to be the last card for your prediction, I mean, you can't make it up, you know, like that is really, truly what this card is about. And it's also very much what this card is about. So we saw it coming all along. Maybe you feel it as well. I do want to grab some of my clue cards. I've divided the deck. I just shuffled and split it. Group 2 has half the deck. You have this half. That's just how I was guided to do that. So I would like to try to get you some clues about your soul love coming in, your soulmate coming in, divine union coming in. Okay, they're not easy to pick up. Sure, good times, right? Vacation possibly. January, important. And I did get out with friends, but I didn't take it. I want you to pay attention to dreams for clues. And I want you to also consider someone you know being a liaison. You did just get a soulmate. Something about a song for you. And now I have December here. And winter. How is this even happening? Cuckoo. Hold on, I'm just moving these all over. I just saw no regrets and I saw your crush. So, these are as much for you as me, but I do see the, December, January, winter here. This seems like super emergent, soul connection vibes, maybe just the energy first coming before you can really detect it. And like I said, look for clues. So there's, you did get the soulmate card. Look for clues in a dream, songs you get stuck in your head. What are those about? And again, vacation and good times could apply to somebody, your crush and someone you know. I did get a feeling that someone you know could be a liaison, like I said, or you could have a crush on someone that you know that is this person, that things will begin to really form now and in January, this winter, the 3 months that I'm asking about. Interesting, because like I said, this half of the deck is just for you. The other half is for group 2, and I didn't know who was in here, what was in here. I just split it. So there you go. Not bad. Something to look forward to, right? Well, here's where I'm going to say goodbye. And I don't know when I'll be back again. I'm usually inspired by New Year's, like a calendar slave. But anyway, well, see you when I see you. Feel free to comment. Also, I'm running a sale until the end of the year on readings in my website shop. That's linked in the bio if you're interested. Bye. Hi to the second group. You chose possibly this butterfly and Daga's rune. This particular rune is about awakening and clarity and having a breakthrough and transformation, of course. The butterfly, the painful experience that leads you into your next sort of life, really. Your next phase of life. And you got these alchemy cards, and this is why I was saying what I said about group 2 being a little more kind of in it. It seems like your recent energy being chaos was a little more disorienting, a little more frenzied, a little more chaotic, chaotic. And it's really destiny at work is what the book says about chaos. It's destiny at work. Shit goes crazy, right? Comes to a head before it heals. And then with fog, a sort of current state. is telling me that's why I said you may not be as quite out of this as group 1 may be. This is a sort of disoriented state where things aren't clear, and it's really just, as this book says, the alchemy book, fog is sort of the natural state after pain and trauma. After something's gone down, something's been wild and crazy, and fog is just sort of like it's that blurry, smoky, hard, low visibility area of healing. Certainly healing coming. And then synchronicity being what you are headed toward, reaching for, hoping for, its source, its destiny. It is the new. It is your eye. It is awakening. Synchronicity coming into alignment. And so, I don't want to talk too much about this stuff, but this is, why I said there was a little more still kind of going on with this particular group, it feels like. Let's get right into the reading. Let's look at recent energy for this group. The last group got the same card in the first position, the first card, Knight of Swords. Recent energy, Five of Swords. So the Knight of Swords and the Five of Swords in recent energy. Knight of Swords coming up in both places, telling me another similarity between the two groups and something going on in the big collective is we're being affected by what other people are conveying to us, the information we're receiving from others, whatever types of relationships those are, whether they're romantic, whether they're, business, whether they're familial, like no matter what, we're being affected by the words and choices of others is what I really feel here. And for you specifically, something has gone down, something you have learned, clarity has been shed over a situation and left a sense of Five of Swords, just a deep conflict, a wound, a straight up wound is what I feel from this Five of Swords. It feels like something you've discovered or something that has been going on, the way something has been going on, the way someone else or others have shown up for you in a certain circumstance or situation, has the wound that has created has left you in a point of not being able to really tolerate it anymore. And it's so agitated and you're so sort of distraught, but very rightfully I feel a bit of anger by it all. It doesn't feel just. You may feel like you have been lied to. You may feel that you have been deceived, My kids are both home, and I just heard my son. I may have to pause for a second. Current energy. King of Swords. Interesting. These are such small spreads, and that showed up before already as well. There's so much overlap. Current. Okay. Page of Cups. So what I see happening here currently with you is, for King of Swords, like I said here, you've kind of reached a point where you just can't take it anymore. And the King of Swords is that knowingness. It's that decision. It's that taking control over the situation and what you will and will not allow, tolerate, engage in, accept anymore, sort of thing. The Page of Cups, though, is the sweetness, and it is, pages are messengers. So currently, you may be experiencing someone or others stepping in, you know, noticing your pain and stepping in is what I sense. I don't get a read on this person or people and their intentions, but it feels like you have something or someone around you that is currently sort of insisting that you don't let this turn you away from trying or loving or hoping, you know, or believing anymore. Okay? That's what I get. And emerging energy. Six of Pentacles. One of my favorites. Emerging. Uh-oh. This one's a hard one to tell. I think it's this one. Nine of Wands. Also was in the last spread. Emerging for you is, you know, Six of Pentacles is giving and sharing and reciprocity, mutual respect, giving what you get. And I feel this is you demanding that, not demanding in a bad way, but just expecting that and accepting nothing less. There is an a little bit of aggressive energy with you, but it's almost like a survival instinct has kicked in. And that's this Nine of Wands. This is your survivor. This is your warrior. This is that energy inside of you that is going to step up and protect you. That's kind of, you know, like I said down here, really just sort of had enough, really just knows now, and really just isn't ready to allow for any mistreatment or maltreatment or disrespect or to be, you know, it could be so many things, you know, to be left ignored or to be left undervalued or unappreciated. Like, there's so many things going on here that I am feeling for you that have made you a bit agitated about it. Like, it's something has really pissed you off, I think. And I think there's just this Page of Cups. This is something, you know, like I said, it could be someone or people around you, friends, anybody. It could be a dog, you know, but just a nagging voice inside of you that doesn't want you to let this experience just destroy you, you know, like that you have to, trying to remind you that, you know, you're just not able to see it all right now, but it will all be becoming clear. There is a new vision ahead. Okay. Something that is or has been recently challenging for you. Six of Wands also came up in this question in the last group. Something that has been challenging. Oh. Okay. Two of Cups. Someone has possibly, this is general and collective, but it feels to me like someone has really let you down. Someone that you may have believed to be a soulmate, someone who you really felt strong, intense love for, that you felt at some point you were sharing that with. They may have made you sort of question your worth in a way. They may have, maybe if you didn't question your own worth, you feel that they have questioned your worth. There's, you know, this Six of Wands is talking to you about worthiness and respect. And this Two of Cups is a very tight bond. And it feels like a relationship, you know, and here with the, as a challenge, the Six of Wands showing up over the Knight of Swords. someone may have hurt you with their words or actions. There could something they communicated or did not communicate. And, you know, this has been, I feel, a real blow to your sort of belief in love, it feels like. But not entirely. I think you still got it in there, and that's what something doesn't want you to forget. Let's look at spiritual support for you right now. 3 of Cups. You are loved and you are supported big time by, if you know, whether you feel it or not, there are a lot of people who look at you as someone who's really great. And you know, there's a sense here of you having the spiritual support of knowing who your friends are and knowing people's intentions now. It's an interesting sort of awakening of an intuition that, you know, perhaps you felt, you know, back here that you had been blinded by, you know, that you had believed someone else to be something they were not. And here you are now, you've learned and advanced in your ability to sort of like see into people and see their intentions and see their motives. And it's tempered with, you know, you got to be careful. There's a fine line in distrusting off, you know, from jump, and then actually being able to read someone's intentions. Spiritual support for you right now. 8 of Pentacles. You're learning so much. This has been, whether it feels like it or not, a lesson in your loving and the way you love and what you give, and not to give where it's not being well received, and not to just assume that everybody has good intentions. There's sort of a shaking of naivete. Is that the word? I never really know how to say that. You know, there's this learning and growth in the area of your sweet love, like where it is, you know, where it is to be invested and where it is to be withheld. So you've got the clarity of seeing the good in people now, and the good in yourself, and the growth is so important here. It's like this was a major sort of learning experience, growing experience for you in not, you know, not sharing so much of giving every single person you think is great the benefit of the doubt, because maybe, you know, and don't beat yourself up if you read somebody wrong, but people change and people hide things, you know. I don't know, I'm saying that. That's what I get. All right, so predictive. I'm going to end up with 4 cards here. We're going to look at kind of what's going to happen with you. So for emerging energy, we had this sharing and reciprocity, which is beautiful, and this inner warrior stepping in and courage and self-preservation and protection, and there's a lot of strength and there's solid you here, you know. 6 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, real solid, good, honest, true. Okay. What's gonna happen? What's set to happen the way things are right here, right now, with 2. Ace of Cups, new love. New beginning, new love. I mean, love if you want love, or love if you are single, you know, or renewed love if you're, you know, whatever. But also a new beginning, something that you care about. It could be an endeavor, a project as well, you know. But I'm inclined to say it's romantic, but, you know, because it did really feel with the 2 of Cups back here that somebody let you down. At any rate, I don't like to try to tell every single person that they've got new love coming, because not everybody wants that or is in a position for that. Anyway, but it's what showed up. Take it. Take it for what it is. I'm so tempted to take this card. It's Temperance. It's my favorite. I'm going to go ahead with not taking it, but acknowledging it, mentioning it. It's beautiful. Maybe it'll come out again. what is going to happen, what's set to happen, the way things are right now. Ooh, strong. The moon. This is a major change within you coming in. This is a lot of awakening and illumination to your shadow that you can give love to, and share some of this love back inward on your old wounds. The moon, that intuition and that knowing, where we were talking about sort of just a real knowing, being able to see. Like, I feel, like I said, this is new vision. The synchronicity card is new vision. And I think, what something that's going to happen for you is a bit of an awakening and an illumination. It's literally a connection to your own intuition and your own deep knowing of things that are out of sight, and more that is going to happen. Gosh, these cards just want to, I think you have a lot of things that are going to happen. Two of Pentacles. This is balance and bringing all the elements of your daily life into balance, and bringing a sense of holding it all together in a way that, that feels natural and good and fair, in my opinion. I guess. I don't know. I'm getting all kinds of... Two of Pentacles is one of those cards I feel like I have a million other interpretations than other people. It's such a great, to me, card. It just speaks of, being able to make it work. I always say, figuring out, sometimes I talk about the logistics, juggling the logistics, like really making it work and really balancing it in a, like I said, in a healthy way that is conducive to growth and abundance. That's what I feel. And what else is going to happen here for two? Uh-oh. I just saw a Three of Wands. I flipped it back. There it is. Three of Wands wanted to come out, and I flipped it back, and it came back out. So it's definitely a double whammy. Coming in for you is your vision of the future, your ability to see the path before you, to make plans and to expand and manifest. Three of Wands is big time manifestation. It's looking at the bigger picture and seeing all the way there, seeing how to get there, setting this, sowing the seeds, like planting the seeds, and here beside Two of Pentacles, it's like you got this energy, like you got this. You got it, and you can see it, and the future is so bright for you and so good. And whatever you've been through is clear to me, is very clear to me. It has been a great big learning experience and a bit humbling, I think. So I told the first group, this is my clue cards deck, which I split in half. I just randomly shuffled, and just divided it. And I gave half of them to group one, and this is your half for group two. And the way I use these cards is I won't take it if I don't feel it, and then I'll put it down, and if I have a message from it, I'll tell you. Otherwise, maybe it's for you. These are just psychic clues. Okay, and these are clues about what is coming up for you and what is happening and things you may be on the lookout for, especially with regard here to new love, new renewed love, or a new beginning of some sort, something that you really love and are passionate about. Like I said, it could be a project, the awakening of your intuition, being able to pull it all together and see clearly the way ahead for you, how you want it to be. Oh, okay. All right. There's some been some warning cards here. All right, here's what I want to say. I was hesitant, but the way they came out in succession, I think there's be careful, think before saying, and a memory have come out, and what you want. I just want to say to you that it's something I'm getting off of this may or may not apply to you, but this past energy may try to enter, and there's a nostalgia. There were all those times you wanted it and wished for things to be a certain way, whether that was, you know, a situation in your life or a relationship. And there were all those times that was what you wanted, and that was what you tried to manifest. Be careful, because it's going to be, you know, if it does come up again, it may be tempting. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it, but you should very much be careful and take your time and consider before saying a word. That's just a thing for somebody. There's a mutual feeling and a maybe and a close friend. Ooh. You may have a close friend who maybe you've secretly been crushing on each other. And then we have what you need coming up after you did already get what you want. So I think there's going to be a difference here, you know, like you're going to be able to distinguish the difference between something you may have wanted before and what you really need, you know. And you want it too. I know how that is, but still. Let's see. I have closure for you. For some of you, I'll say it like that. And I have a beautiful message. I think those go together. Okay. I did just get April and May, which is weird that they came out side by side, because these have been shuffled 1,000 times. So that, I feel, might be a relevant time zone for you. Okay. There's a phone call. Feels relevant as well. And something new, which we already did say. All right. Mask off feels important. And I will just say, I don't know, there's a lot going on over here. Heartbreak and reunion. And out of town. You know, take it as you will. I feel like whatever this was is unresolved, and it's on you how you want to resolve it. And I feel you'll have that opportunity for closure in whatever way. And let's see. I think the answer you seek is important, and that is coming, and new ideas here besides something new. And let me see if I can just get one more. Let's see. They're very hard to, excuse me, art. I just want to say, you know, while I've been saying this may or may not be a love relationship, and a lot of it feels like it is, there has been throughout this whole thing a creative energy that I've been feeling. Like if there's some sort of art type, that could be, you know, music, art, whatever, some sort of project that you were investing in that kind of let you down over here in those early cards, you know, that is something that I feel that part of you, you know, like here when we had this Page of Cups, that was like this part of you that was like, don't give up. Like, I mean, just to give you an example of how this could potentially not be a love relationship, but yes, be a project type of thing, you know, like something didn't work out as planned, something really left you feeling pissed and upset or wounded, you know, like criticism or things not working or failing, and then this vibe of like knowing better, and this energy of not wanting to give it, you know, give in to all of that, and to just throw your hands up at the whole thing, you know. And then over here, I said your new beginning could be something like this, something you're passionate about, something you love. And I think there's certainly a renewal possibility in your creative energy. I'll just leave it at that. And that's what I have for you. I think for some, this will be a passion project, and for some, this will be a passionate relationship. And for most, this was too prominent to ignore, that there's some unresolved past energy that you have to come to peace with. Okay, but it's coming, and you're getting into alignment, and things will become very clear for you. This fog will clear. I see that for you here. And yeah, I don't know. I think I said in the last reading, I don't know when I'll be back. Possibly something for the new year. We'll see. But at any rate, please comment, and I love to hear from anybody who still sees me. But yeah, happy holidays.